Hello, welcome to Piece of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I paint various and sundry things on the internet. We're going to present just a little bit further. There we go. It's really bright in the screen. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We had an exciting one. My son and his robotics team went from almost dead last to fourth place. It was pretty wild. What a one heck of a ride. So that's awesome. Really, really like that. It's cool to watch kids be able to do those sort of things. So, especially when it's yours, of course, it's really awesome. But just in general, making it that far is cool. Like, oh man, you guys were like at the bottom, but they got picked in to be on the team that ended up making it to fourth place because they're good at playing defense. My son's the driver, and he's a very good at anticipating what people are going to do, so he can kind of hem you in, and he's pretty good at it. Probably a little bit comes from those soccer days, which is good. So I'm glad I did make him play soccer after all, even though he didn't go on to be a big soccer player, which is totally cool, totally fine. They can be whatever they want. My youngest wants to play baseball, which is weird. Like, not a huge baseball family, but that's cool. Let him play it, right? Let him play whatever he wants. Anyway, we are working on the penguin. Finish up the Two Face. Let's see, that was Thursday. I'm trying to wait. They say wait 5 minutes to let people get in, and it still makes me feel a little weird. But anyway, so we got Two Faced finished up, and the last one is the penguin. So we're gonna work on him today. We got this. It was a small separation on his hair, so we're gonna have to fix that and just take a couple look around things. Just a few things we want to do before we prime it, and we're gonna do that today, and then tomorrow, with any luck, we'll be into painting it. So it might be a short episode today. I don't know. Maybe if I get, I don't know. Maybe we'll find something else we can mess with. I do have something special for the 4th of July, St. Patrick's Day. So hopefully I can remember what to do there. That's the 17th. So anyway, let's take a look at old Oswald. We're 3 minutes in. That's about all I can stand. I'm terrible at that sort of stuff. I'm like, oh no, I gotta get working. Okay. Because to me, like, that's what people come to see. Like, why would you sit there and wait 5 minutes for people to shuffle in? But I guess it makes sense in its own way. So here's where the print kind of started peeling and separating it. There's a bunch of different reasons why that might have happened. This isn't a really bad one, so it's something we can easily forget or easily fix. I'm forgetting how to talk because that happens to me kind of on a regular basis. Now, this substance here is called milliput. I love this stuff. A lot of people prefer a substance called green stuff, which works okay for a lot of different things. If you need it to kind of like, I don't know, I guess more rigid and more structure for it to go outwards, then green stuff would probably be more apt for that sort of an application. But for what we're going to do here, this is exactly what we want. So I'm just going to lay that in there. I'm going to take this tool. Looks like this kind of actually. Make sure we got all that is cleared out as possible. Maybe want to take a little bit of this, save it for over there. So I want to make sure we're filling in all these gaps. One of the things I like about Millput versus other ones is that it is water soluble. So we can fill it, we can kind of fill in these cracks. And then if we wanted to, we could just we could use some water to smooth a lot of this out. So with green stuff, it seems like it gets to a point where it's it can look rough because it's harder to smooth out. So in different applications, you should probably keep a little bit of both. I think I might have some green stuff around here somewhere. I just find myself using this more. Excess. Now this is dried waste material from when it was being cleaned. It's about time to change that cleaner out. Okay, so now we're going to start getting a little bit more into sculpting this. That's where maybe a little water might be helpful. First thing you want to do is kind of set up the lock. It's the lock or the hair grouping, whatever term you want to use here. Sculpting and drawing hair is one of the hardest things to do in art, in my opinion. We're lucky here because it's got kind of, there's already a pattern to follow. It already put that in there for us. So we're kind of doing a little bit of cheating. I said, this is definitely one of those where you can go with whatever putty you like, whatever you should go with what you feel more comfortable with. Honestly, so like just because I use one thing doesn't mean that that's like the end all be all of a product. Like there's a lot of nuance in art and art products. Like even pencils, you know, artists can have debates about what kind of pencil to use. And it's like, you know, depends on what you want it to do. So mechanical pencils do a certain thing, and you know, a regular number 2 school style pencil has got a completely different thing it does. So you know, really comes down to what it is you want out of the product. So that's where you just kind of get into whatever works best for the individual, and you should really think about it that way. Think about it like, okay, well, I like the way this pencil holds in my hand. You know, it can really literally be down to that. Like you like a hexagonal shape or a round shape to your pencil, and so you chose your pencil based on on those criteria. You know, you knew you wanted a set of art pencils, and you liked the feel of that particular brand, so you bought it. Nothing wrong with that. Just kind of keep, like I said, keep kind of working on the defining the movement first, the big part of the movement, and then come back and work on the rest of it. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. You know. Especially with this, because by the time this hat gets on here, like you're barely even gonna notice that this is there. So give it that chance to kind of, you know, trust yourself. Trust yourself. Just get it to where it's gonna look good, and then don't stress it too much. Most people are gonna be looking at this side of the thing, so this little mistake here isn't a big deal. This one was easy to fix. It's all smooth. So when this gets painted, you're even going to be able to tell it's there. I don't lose these other little pieces. He's got a monocle and a little cigarette. He's got a lot of stuff on. Like I said, don't lose the forest for the trees, I suppose. It's kind of the old adage. I believe that's the proper term. And it takes a little bit of practice, you know. There's definitely something to be said with that. But don't, like I said, if you work against what you're trying to achieve, it's definitely going to be harder than it has to be. Because you try to keep in mind what the goal is here. What am I trying to make this do? What do I want it to look like? In the end, you're going to have a whole lot better time.
light was bright as fuck.
Okay, so this next one needs to come down. Really hard to see exactly what all I've got going on there. The very subtle lines we're trying to put in this, but they are there. You'll see them more when we paint them. Some of them will look better than others. But again, like you're talking, it's three hours to print this damn head. I'll have it fixed in less than 3 hours. That's a guarantee. I'm gonna have it fixed here in just a second. I mean, it's gonna have to sit overnight. We also didn't waste any resin, and we got to see how to do it on the show, which is great. Only took us about 20 minutes to repair it, which is pretty solid. All right, let's take a look at anything else we need to mess with this head before you leave it alone. These little supports right here have got to go. And his nose, boom, boom. Everything else looks pretty good. I don't want to glue his hot top hat down until we've got it painted up. As soon as it gets a little, there we go, a little low. So we'll let all that harden up, and then like I said, we'll put that together. We're gonna paint it. It did come with a monocle, which is great. And we want to put this on again after everything is painted. We don't want to try to paint around that monocle. That's gonna make you crazy. And same thing. I mean, the cigarette we could definitely do. We could definitely do it with the cigarette, and that wouldn't be as big a deal. Except for you're just running risks of breaking this as you're painting it. Because it's just too easy to just accidentally smack it with a finger or something like that, and it would break that part. So we're going to pull both those guys back off there. And we're going to put that off to the side. Okay. The same thing with this tie. We've got his little ascot kind of tie here that goes down. We're going to probably just do the actual underpainting, all of that, before we glue that into place. That way we can just put that on top. It'll make things a little bit easier. We do have to also get this level. So that's probably what we're going to do next, is get this to level out. because we don't need that big of a gap. That could take some time. It could be rather easy. Kind of depends a lot on what all kind of equipment you have and what you're willing to do. You know, if you've got a little rotary sander or a Dremel with a sanding blade on it, this will go a whole lot faster. I have that Dremel. I don't really necessarily want to use it without being able to put on a mask, because you don't want to kick a bunch of this stuff up without a mask. It's not a big deal if it's just a little bit of work like that. But if you're doing a lot of sanding on resin, make sure you've got you're real ventilated and you're wearing a mask. You just don't need that shit getting in your lungs. Especially if you're younger, you know, it's just a real fast way of giving yourself enough reps to work on when you get older. If it's just a little bit, it's probably, you probably, yeah. But a lot, no. I don't like always pulling out the big power tools on the show, because not everybody has that, and so it's, you know, of course, if you have, like I said, if you have a palm sander, you can just go zzz, and it'd be done. Yeah, that's it, done. But not everybody has that. I think I do. I think I have a Bosch one around here somewhere. Really nice Bosch one. But you know, I collect tools, so. Oh yeah, bought some berries. Let's see, gardening update for those of you who care about my garden. Bought some bushes for berries. We now have a blackberry, a raspberry, a blueberry, and we're gonna try to get a strawberry patch going. Got a lot of work to do. That's gonna be all right. All right, let's see. That's pretty rough too. Alrighty. Pretty close. That's pretty close. What are we missing? What are we missing? This is a great tool. This is a sculpture tool. But when it comes down to like cleaning these little spots in resin, these little resin pieces, this really has been a pretty good little thing. I started using this on the last couple of sculptures, and it has really paid off. And it's just for clay sculpting. It's like a little, it's not even like a blade, it's just like a little angled piece of wire that can scrape things. So So if you're just looking to get like just a little bit of material. Because it's hard to fit like a sander in there. Piece of sandpaper. I guess you could try a sanding stick. Lots of things you could try. This has worked the best. Yeah, man, all the way down. Boom. Looks great. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. You can imagine with this monocle cigar, but there, yeah. That looks good. That looks good. Okay. All right, so he's there. So we got that going on for us, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and put this in so we don't lose it. Maybe, you know what, we'll put it in. We're going to put it in these cups. That and that. They're so small. I don't even know if we necessarily need to prime them. They're so small. So we'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see about priming them. So that guy is done. Okay. Let's see. March 20. Is it 8th? Yep. Okay. So March 28th, be in Oklahoma City. We got a show. We'll be selling products or painting stuff. Art. We'll be selling art. That's the name of. That's the word. Derp. We got that going for us, which is nice. Oh, we did get the Trench Crusade main book, which is cool. I guess we could take a quick flip through that just for funsies. For anybody who maybe hasn't seen it. That's pretty awesome. Really neat. This is really great stuff. If you're into grim darky kind of wild stuff, take a look at it. The art in here is absolutely insane. Really cool stuff. Just a quick flip through. Just trying to make it to at least 30 minutes. You know. Crazy stuff. We have some of these miniatures too. We painted some other miniatures already. These guys actually painted these. Yeah, it's a really neat game. Aesthetically. Yeah. Anyway. It's pretty cool. I don't want to get too much into that because that's not really my IP in it at all. And, but it's a neat thing to flip through and kind of take a look at. What else we got? That's about all I got. Oh, I did start working on this. This is neat. I was working on this for Game Studio and more, which is they're neat. They're a good group of people. So we get this finished up and get over to them. I got a couple more of their pieces. They finish up. And now that we're almost done with robotic season, and I think they've almost figured out what's wrong with me. We can do some more of that, which is great. That's good times. Trying to get me fixed up is good stuff. But yeah, so yesterday I dug a giant ditch yesterday. It was fun in a way. I shouldn't say giant ditch. It's a flower bed for the bushes, the berry bushes. All right. Well, I'm getting tired, and I think I probably worked too hard yesterday. And that's about all I got for today. We had a big double episode last week, so we're gonna short today. We'll come back in tomorrow because by then we'll have all this primed and we'll be able to just start rolling in on the paint when I get that done. The 17th is St. Patrick's Day, which is a Tuesday, which is cool. So we should be able to do this little guy right here for St. Patrick's Day. I got a leprechaun. That'd be fun. So we got that coming up. Lots of stuff to look forward to here in March. So definitely come by, check out what we're doing, and yeah. Be good to yourselves. Be good to other people. Be good to people you don't know. And we'll talk to you later.